So today I'm going to do a review on this canister filter, which is the API Filstar XP medium size, which says it goes up to 75 gallons. So I've had many canister filters, and I just gotta let you know what I think about this filter. So it used to be known as Reina filters, and then they sold out to this other company, API, and API has been running them now. When they were Reina filters, they were really quite good, very low maintenance. They came with all the media that you needed. They were kind of like $150 for about this size of a canister. And now they've come down in price, but also with the coming down in price, they are also not giving you as much. So for instance, the biomedia, these little bio stars that they use to collect biological bacteria and help filter your water for fish, they give you like 5 stars, which is that's not even enough for a goldfish tank. So it's kind of a joke. But with that said, you can modify this filter and still make it into a pretty good filter. So the medium one is actually running on my 29-gallon Planet Aquarium. And I'll come over here and I'll show it to you. And it's doing really good, actually. It's very quiet. It's probably the quietest filter you could have. It's under there. And what happens is basically the intake runs, pulls the water in, down into the canister filter. It goes down the sides of the canister filter and fills up from the bottom to the top. And so your filter floss and your sponges are at the bottom, and then your biomedia, which collects the bacteria and actually does the breakdown of ammonia and nitrite, and eventually nitrate actually too, is in the top compartment. It has a shut-off valve, so you can kind of see it. It's kind of dark under here, but there's like a shut-off valve right after those 2 little dots right there, which you unplug the filter, you pull up the shut-off valve, it stops water going into the canister, you disconnect the top, you pull it off, you can clean it, you put it back on, you secure the clamps again, you put the lever back down, you plug it back in, and it will start right back up again. So I haven't had any problems with that at all. So the medium one has been doing pretty good. I'm going to show you how I modified mine to make it better. If you use it just with what it comes in the box, it's kind of crummy. So I would recommend, if you're going to get this filter, the medium size first we'll talk about, and then we'll talk about the large one later, you need to modify it. So you can kind of see the box. It kind of talks about like the whole process and what you can do, and then this shows you the chamber, how the intake comes in here, and then the water runs down the outside of the canister compartments, comes up through this media, which is the sponges and filter floss, and then here's where you could have like your carbon there or your biomedia, and then there's another little chamber here. You could have more carbon or your biomedia, and then it comes back out through the outtake and into your aquarium. So that's how that works. This has a picture of like everything that it has in it. Let's see. And so right there, you see the little bio stars. It's kind of ridiculous. They give you 5, and like I said, that's not enough. This carbon you use for the first 2 weeks of the filter, and then just throw it away because it's useless after that. And I'll tell you like what you use to replace that, which will last you forever and ever and ever, and save you tons of money and make your water crystal clear. So that's the medium. So what I do when I first get it is I set it up, and then I replace the media with certain things. So the first thing I replace it with is this stuff, which is by Chem, and it's called Matrix. And it's kind of like a abrasive stone or chalk stone. You put this in the top chamber, and what it does is it helps collect and create biological filtration and break down ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate. Works really good. About $7 for a liter of this on Amazon. highly recommend this. And any filter you use, you should use this stuff. This is great. Great, 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 great. Don't waste your time with the plastic stuff. Don't waste your time with much of anything else. Use this Seachem matrix. And anyone who knows the name Seachem knows that everything they make is really great. And they've basically evolved. Since I've been in the aquarium hobby for like 30 years, this company has evolved and evolved and evolved and gotten better and better and better, and it's the top of the line. So you take this crummy filter, you add this, and now you have a pretty good filter. And then instead of carbon, like I said, you throw away that carbon bag after about 2 weeks, you're going to replace it with Seachem's PureGen. This stuff is again great. It polishes your water absolutely clear. It's a chemical filtration. You don't have to use it on planted aquariums because the plants are actually doing their own chemical filtration anyway, and it's good for them to have all the gook of the water, helps them grow. But PureGen does keep the water nice and clear. If you're going to have just fish only tank, then or mostly fish and then some plants, then I would use PureGen anyway. This one's not even open. I didn't use it in this filter, but eventually I will. Next time I clean it, I'll probably put this in, and it works really good. You can see it treats up to 100 US gallons, and after a while it gets really like gross and like black, and it uses it up. You then take it out of the filter, and instead of buying a new one, which most of the other rip-off companies that sell aquarium products do, you have to like replace it all the time. You just take this, you soak it in 1 part bleach and 1 part water for like 2 or 3 hours, whatever you want to do. You'll see it, and actually you could do it overnight, that's probably better, and you'll see that it returns to the white form that it was before. You take it out, you rinse it out, you soak it in just like regular water so that the bleach gets taken out, and then you put it back in your tank and it's brand new again. So you're replacing it every single time. You don't have to rebuy one, you just keep replacing it. So now we'll talk about the disappointment, which is how cheaply this is made. It doesn't quite affect it in the medium size, but I also bought a large one, and the large one was for my 55-gallon aquarium over there. You can see my dog and my cat, they're like best friends. And the large one, disaster. So the large one has 3 compartments instead of 2, which is like in this one. It has 3 large, so it's a lot taller. It goes up to, I think, 175 gallons. It came in the box, same thing, 5 stars, 5 little filter stars. Really? Come on. For $100 and something, I think I paid $160 for it on Amazon. Had to return it anyway after I had water all over my floor, and really frustrating customer service from API. Their customer service absolutely is one of the worst, and I would not say they're going to be around much longer if they continue this pattern. So they need to fix it, and I'll update this too with what they kind of finally did at the very end. So anyway, I had the large filter, got the large filter for the 55-gallon because I like to over-filter all my aquariums anyway. And it looked okay. One of the clamps was like not attached and had like a little broken thing, but I thought, it'll probably still work. So I called them, sent them an email, did everything that they said, no response, no response, no response. And I got kind of impatient. I said, okay, well, I'll just put it on my aquarium anyway. So I hooked it up to my aquarium, and primed it, and water flowed into the chamber, and all of a sudden water shot out of the top all over the living room, because what I didn't realize was there was also cracks in the plastic of the canister itself, the wall, and it was like up here in the corner, so water was like gushing out of this, if you can imagine that. It was totally horrible. And then I had to panic and turn it off, unplug it so that the water stopped, but the water continued to siphon because the siphon is automatic, and it was a mess. So I was really pissed off. So I called them again, sent them another email, no response. Finally sent it back to Amazon. Amazon is like great. I buy almost everything from Amazon. They're just like a great company. They're what it should be, what American companies should be like as far as customer service and ease of returning things. And pricing is pretty good on Amazon anyway. And plus, if you have their Prime membership, then you get free shipping, which you can't beat that. You can't beat it. You'd pay like $80 to ship something like this a lot of times in 2 days. So the large one I sent back, everything was fine. Then they finally sent me an email and they apologized and said that they don't really do business like this and whatever, but you know, actually, I told them I would never buy one of their canister filters again, and I mean it. This is my last API canister filter. Too bad Rain has sold out to them, but there are other canister filters. My next one, I'll try a different company and do some reviews on other canister filters for other aquariums. And hopefully they'll be a lot better. I'm sure they will. This one just seems like it's just chintzy, and they're trying to like make a profit but rip off people. So anyway, that's my opinion. The medium was fine. The large had problems, and then I also noticed on Amazon the extra larges are actually, there's a warning on Amazon saying don't buy them because it says basically there's people are reporting all kinds of problems. So the medium, you're probably okay. Really inspect it really well. Make sure there's no broken parts before you connect it. The large I would avoid, the extra large I would avoid, and if you can find another canister filter in the same price point, which there are a lot out there, I would buy that instead. Okay, thanks.